Hello and welcome to the Autodromo Nazionale de Monza. It's time for 12 laps of this Monza circuit with some really long straights as we're back for the fifth round of the International Gran Turismo League. After 4 races, Nazionale managed to take the championship lead. Kilmore drops to second after holding it for the first 3 races. However, Kilmore will not be in this one, so we will have Nazionale another chance to come to the top, to extend his advantage at the top. Some drivers are really going to want for a good result here, as they're going to need some good points. So we're here at Monza, and Alex F. Delage takes pole position. The pressure builds inside the drivers, and they're off. It's lights out, and away we go. BJ28 gets a great start yet again in the Citroen, and he's looking like he's going to be able to get right up towards the front before they head into the braking zone of this first corner with some really long straights. You can see him there getting squeezed up by Alex F. Delage into the first corner. There's contact at the back between, I think that was Alex F. Delage just getting pushed, and there's more contact, and there's contact. Back in Blood seemingly spun, Back in Blood has spun, and I think someone else has just gone off. It's BJ28, the Citroen is facing in the wrong direction. Nazionale slows down. I wonder if he was involved in any of that contact. So Nazionale then lets BJ28 through. I think he may have thought he was at fault in the incident. I'm sure we'll get a replay of that incident at some point in this race then. So Racer Tay moves all the way up into third. Long live Helgast has done well to get up into second. Racer Tay then up into third. Long live Helgast, a debutant. You may have not noticed his name has been in any of these races previously, however he has been in the championship table. So let's see if he can make a good day of it today. Racer Tay definitely had a strong debut last time out in Maggiore. Let's see if he can capitalise on a good result. Alex F. Delage also did quite well last time. He's close to winning. He's got a really strong advantage already. He's just disappeared. However, Racer Tay pulls up to the inside heading into Ascari. It's not quite enough for him this time. BJ28 also on the inside of Back in Blood down the straight. I think he's got him. Not quite though. Back in Blood also defends into Ascari. BJ28 he's now in 6th. After that amazing start he had, he's off onto the gravel. So he's just gone too far out wide on the exit of the Ascari chicane. Now Luckman's right behind him, heading into Parabolica. He's going to have a look around the outside. Yes, he is. He goes to the outside, heading into Parabolica, and he's got him. Nazionale has managed to take 6th place, but the championship leader seems to drift out wide and looks vulnerable from the Citroen behind as he pulls himself back up into contention for 6th place. BJ28 pulls himself alongside the championship leader, heading down the main straight. I think Luckman might just have enough, be in the position to get the slipstream from Back in Blood, and that's really managing to allow Luckman to move up into 6th place. BJ28 heads down into the braking zone for the first chicane, and he's spun. BJ28 has seemingly spun yet again, and he's facing the wrong way. How disastrous is that for BJ28? He's now fallen all the way to the back. Nazionale gets in front of Back in Blood. So Extra Frosty in third. Alex F. Delage has dropped down to 3rd place now. Long live Helgast is going in second. It's Racer Tay who now takes the lead over this race. We ride on board with Long live Helgast. Through the Lesmos, he's starting to drop back from Racer Tay. He drops back from Racer Tay now. Can Helgast keep with him? He didn't get the best exit. There goes Alex F. Delage on one way. Frosty's looking aggressive on the back of them both. I think it's about to be 3 wide heading into Ascari. That's surely not going to end well. Helgast is on the outside. Alex in the middle. Frosty down the inside of everyone. Has he managed to make the move? He's done it. Extra Frosty takes 3rd place from Alex F. Delage after they go 3 wide for Ascari and make it stick. But they've gone a little squirmy on the exit, and Helgast has gone. Helgast has hit the wall and is now fallen to the max, and now Extra Frosty's made his way all the way up into 2nd. So then, Alex F. Delage is in 3rd place now, and he's got Extra Frosty in 2nd now. On the back, Alex F. Delage, the man who got pole position here. Racer Tay then goes across the line to start lap 3 of 12, about a quarter of the way through this race distance. So then, look, Alex F. Delage, he's on the back of Extra Frosty. He's going to get close enough to make a move down as he's gone for it. He's gone for it under the brakes, but I think he's gone in too hot, and he has. As he's fired those some things across the track. Don't actually know what to call them, but he's fired them across the track. Just gone too deep into the braking zone, trying to get out of Extra Frosty. It's really not worked out for him now. Long live Helgast down to 4th place, the debutant in this International GT League. He's in the Mercedes. So then, here we go. Lukman Ali's in 5th. So the championship leader, Lukman Ali, has got a good shot at taking an even larger championship gap over Killaball, who might possibly be returning for the next race in Brands Hatch. So then, Helgast, he's in 4th now, wanting to get 3rd as Alex F. Delage is right there. He's not far away from him. He's in the slipstream. He's following him down the straight, heading into Ascari. Is he going to get the run on him? It's not quite, as he looks to line him up on the outside. He gets a purple sector there, as you can see. He's gone around the outside, although it didn't look quite clean as you like, but he did manage to get past him, and Alex F. Delage has dropped to 4th, but Alex looks to have gotten the good run on Helgast to possibly take 3rd place back. Extra Frosty now in the lead. He's overtaken Reste somewhere. Reste has a look down the inside parabolica. It's not enough. Alex F. Delage sits in 4th place with Helgast down in 3rd. He's really not having a good race, is Alex. He seems to be just dropping down the order. He did well to put it on pole, but since then he's just been dropping. So then, Reste retakes the lead. Now Extra Frosty in 2nd. Is Frosty going to get back at the leader? He's going for it. He's going for it down the outside. He's going to have a look around the outside into midfield. Not quite. Although Race has gone wide, he's missed his braking point. Has to take the escape road. I wonder if he's gained an advantage there. He might have slowed down to decrease the advantage. Although he's definitely not, 'cause now he's in the outside of Curva Grande. An Extra Frosty gets through the inside of Curva Grande to take the lead of this race here at Monza. And he's now leading this race as they head into the 2nd chicane race, and had a look on the inside, didn't commit to it. So Reste did not commit to getting through into the lead, and Helgast has cut the corner. I think there may have been a bit of contact between Alex and Helgast as they ended up cutting the corner. Lukman Ali then in 5th place. He's just at the back, then the championship leader looking to score some decent points here in this race as he got a little bit out wide there. Into the on the exit, on the first Lesmo, sorry. Anyway, so Racer Tape behind Extra Frosty still, heading down into Ascari. I wonder if they'll start to pit in soon. It's more, you can do a 1-stop round here. However, I think the majority of drivers will be doing a 2-stop. I think a 1-stop's possible, but you have to pit in at least lap 6. It's a long way to go on worn tyres and have to really push the fuel around to make it there, so I don't know if that's going to be possible to make that to a 1-stop. I don't know if any of them are going to try a 1-stop. So then Extra Frosty, he does go into the pits, as does Racer Tay. What about Alex F. Delage, who's in 3rd now? He doesn't. Helgast also doesn't, so those two stayed out. Lukman Ali goes in. So now Alex F. Delage leads the race. Long live Helgast. Behind him in 2nd. Extra Frosty in the pits then. Racer Tay also in P4. Lukman Ali in 5th then. So Racer Tay gets a strong gap over everyone there. He's really just excelled out. And Racer Tay has come out a long way in front of Extra Frosty. He's got a huge gap into net 1st place at the moment. I think he might have jumped him actually. I think Racer Tay was behind Extra Frosty when they went into the pits. Anyway, long live Helgast. He's in 2nd. He's going to shape up a move around the outside heading into the chicane of Alex F. Delage. He's not quite done him yet. Helgast does move over to the inside though, into the first Lesmo. He's going to have a look into the Lesmo. No, he's not. He backs out of that one. Holds it through the Lesmo. He's lost a lot of time on Alex into the Lesmos. What about into the 2nd Lesmo? Does he manage to keep it there? I think Alex has lost a lot of... He's managed to gain a lot of time over Helgast as Alex, so that plays well into his advantage. Whereabouts is Racer Tay at the moment then? I think he's just a bit further back, but I think he's in a position where he will take the lead when both of these drivers pit in. So I wonder if they're going to go for the 1-stop or whether they're going to pit in this lap and try and respond to the undercut. Either way, we've got some replays of lap 1 then, so let's take a look back on lap 1. Alex got a good start, but I think it could have been better. BG28 shot off at the start. Definitely got the best start of everyone, and then I think it got to a point when Alex started to squeeze him over to the side of the track. He definitely did. There was a bit of side tapping. Alex gets pushed into the chicane, and then Was there contact? Yeah, there's contact. Lookman's just tapped to the rear of his wheel, of his car, and spun him round, so that's how BJ Rubber 28 spun round. We've seen lap 1 again. This is a bit further back now. We watched Back in Blood, who also spun round. He gets hit, and again he just gets pushed round to face the wrong way. Such is the nightmare of that first chicane. Now we're going on board with one of the drivers. This is Back in Blood from the back of the grid on his debut. Lights go out and BJ Rubber 28 shoots off. Just disappears. Racer did not get a good start. He sort of bogged down a lot at the start, dropped all the way to the back. Extra Frosty then also didn't get the best of starts. You can see, I think BJ Rubber 28 did get a tyre on the grass. So it shows how much he got pushed, and then he slams up the inside of everyone. He's currently up in a 4th at this moment. Gets hit once, gets hit again, and now he's facing the wrong way, and that's how Back in Blood gets taken out of this race. Now we're on board with Extra Frosty, I believe this is. Did not get a good start at all. And you'll see BJ Rubber 28 shoot past on your right at some point. There he goes. In fact, there goes Helgas, who also got a good start. In fact, they're all just opening up, trying to find the position to go in. There's contact there. Helgas pushes Alex of Delage through. There's Back in Blood. Yeah, there's a little bit of contact. And then Helgas just seals him off by spinning in background. There's BJ Rubber 28. There. So now we're on board with Lookman Ali, who was involved in the incident with BJ Rubber 28. So we're now going to just see how this went on and what happened here. It didn't get the best of starts. You'll see BJ Rubber 28 on your right. Well, I don't think he will. And then Alex gets hit here, pushes further into the braking zone. It wasn't too major. There was just a little bit of contact on the exit of the chicane, and then Lookman decided to wait, because if he'd have continued on, he'd have probably gone with the same penalty he'd have been given in Dragon Trail, which was when he had a 3-point reduction. So he's been sensible there. Now we're on board with Helgas. Before he also got a good start. He didn't get as good a start as Robert, but he definitely did get a decent start. He shots up in a 4th here, almost got into 3rd before Robert takes that position. I think this will be a great view to see Alex just get squeezed in BJ Rubber 28 heading into the braking zone. I think Helgas slightly misses braking zone, but that works to Alex's advantage, and he gets tapped around as Blood and then gets pushed even further around and then accelerates. Away goes Helgas. So then, that was all the action at the start of the race. The man that pushed Back in Blood round, long live Helgas, is now sat in 2nd place. He's gonna really want to try and keep on for this podium finish, but I think Race and Tay may jump it. In fact, these two might fall into the back. They might have stayed out way too long. Does Alex head to the pit? I think he can tell this angle. Alex is in, and so is Helgas. They're both in. They might have been at this stage forced onto a 2-stop strategy now. They might not be able to make the 1-stop. So Race Tay comes flying down the main straight, and they've not even started to move yet. So Race Tay definitely takes the advantage. You can see there goes Frosty in 2nd now. 3rd place is Lookman. Where does Helgas and Alex come out? I think Alex is out of the pits now. Helgas isn't. Yep, Alex is out in 3rd. Helgas is out in 5th. So Lookman around the outside of Alex. Has he made it stick though into the chicane? Yes, he has. So Lookman Ali has moved up into 3rd. Helgas didn't look to have gotten the best run through that chicane. Then you can see these 3 cars disappearing round into Curva Grande. Championship leader up into 3rd. Some crucial points here for the M6 driver. Crucial points as well for Racer Tay and Extra Frosty if they want to go move themselves up the points table. And Frosty's round! As we join Frosty, he's spinning around. I wonder if he's just... I think he might have just pushed it too far, gotten on the sand at Leslie, spun again! He's just pushed it too far and gone off wide and spun. It's all gone terribly wrong. He's tried to play with the sandcastles in the sand, and even that's gone terribly wrong. The car's just... You do not want to touch the sand or the grass or anything that's not the tarmac in this big game, because it really can just send you around, and that's what's happened there. And that's not the first time Frosty spun. Cast your mind back to the beginning of the season, which was a long way away now, but Extra Frosty spun it at the Kyoto Driving Park. early on in the race, and that possibly cost him a good shot at the race win. And so now back on the replays then, lap 2, this is how Racer Tay got second, I believe. He moves over to the inside heading into Red Filio. Down the inside into the first chicane, brakes, heads on the brakes, down the inside, confidence on the brakes, makes it into second, and Alex is going slow on the exit. Alex has gone slow, he's out, and there goes Racer through to take the lead. So I think Alex has gone slow. Now we're on the back of Helgast. It says lap 2, but at the moment we are on lap 1. It does cross across the line now to head on to the second lap. Now, there's Racer. Does Helgast put up a fight, keeps himself in the middle of the track. Racer moves over to the inside, very little movement really from Helgast. And there he goes, he's passed, and now we switch forward. There goes Racer down the inside, he's just got it right. And there's Alex going slow on the exits. I don't think Alex got the best run through the chicane. And that might have ultimately managed to cost Alex the race lead and possibly the race win. Who knows what might happen in this race. There he goes, around the outside goes Helgas on Alex F. Delage. A great race from him, brilliant overtake. And that's him up into P2. We now watch it from, this is Alex F. Delage, this is where to go. Oh, he spun it! He spun on the chicane! Oh, that is disastrous. He spun on the chicane. I think the pressure just got to him by the fact that he was leading by such a strong margin. And he spun it, and that's allowed Racer Tay to squeeze past. Now you'll see Helgas coming through as they head up through Curva Grande into the second chicane on your left. You will see there goes Helgas down the inside. He's lined it up, he's set him up, and there he goes under the brakes, and that's P2. And now we're on board with Extra Frosty, who's in P4. This might be when they had that 3 wide moment, heading when they went 3 abreast into Ascari. There's Racer Tay in the lead, there's Alex, and there's Helgas. Alex goes to the outside and the exit, Frosty lines it up, Helgas moves across. There's no room there, there's no room there, so I think Frosty just got the better run, desperately trying to find room, and I think he's now found room, down the inside he holds it. This was just phenomenal racing from all 3 of these drivers. They could have all taken each other out and they didn't, so brilliant, sensible racing. And then Helgas goes off. There's contact there. Frosty gets it all wrong and then just pushes him. Frosty! What are you doing? Anyway, we'll now see this from Alex F. Delage's point of view. We'll see if Frosty actually did take him out. He goes down the middle because he's got nowhere else to go. So he's got Helgas on his right. Frosty will come down on his left, and well, if you want to lose 2 positions on one straight, that is how you go about doing it. So now we'll see Helgas drifts off wide on the exit. There goes Frosty also out wide. There's a bit of contact there. They've gone all squirmy. And Frosty just pushes him off. It looks like, from that angle, that Extra Frosty just pushes him off. So as we rejoin the action on lap 6, we're halfway through this race now. Alex F. Delage is down to P4 after starting on pole position. It's really got to be irritating from him that he's fallen all the way down to 4th in this race after pole. It was going to look so good for him after the really dominant first lap as well. Just shot off, took the lead, and now he's down in P4. So there goes Helgas, he's in P5. Lookman Ali's in 3rd. 2nd is Extra Frosty now. As we watch on the back, you can just see Lookman looming around at the back, coming through Curva Grande, heading down into the 2nd chicane at the braking zone. Purple sector. And there goes Lookman, dancing through the chicanes along with Extra Frosty. As we see the GT Sport on the spoiler of the back of the BMW M6. There is Lookman Ali then as he head through the 2nd Lesmo. Lookman's going to want 2nd place. Alex F. Delage is in 4th. 5th place is Long Live Helgast. Extra Frosty sits himself in 2nd. So then, Extra Frosty's got Lookman Ali behind him. See how we can go with this. So Frosty holding it out in 2nd. It's looking like a decent race for him. You can see all 4 of these cars only just in the same shot as Extra Frosty, who's in 2nd. Lookman 3rd. 4th is Alex F. Delage, and 5th Long Live Helgas. They're not a million miles away from each other. They're not exactly close as they could be. They're not exactly nose to tail in this race, but they were all very briefly in the same shot, and I think so. Then there's Helgast in the Mercedes, the Gulf Porsche of Alex Delage up to fourth. The Robos League BMW M6 is Lukman Ali in third. So as we're watching Lukman Ali through Curva Grande, heading into the second chicane of this infamous Monza circuit. There goes Frosty. Didn't look to have gone the best route. I think Lukman is actually gaining on Extra Frosty, as we could have ourselves in for a tasty battle between Lukman Ali and Extra Frosty, the two BMW M6s. It could be that it could get interesting very quickly as they both head down the straight into Pescara. There's Alex F. Delage and long live Helgast. BJ Robert 28, I think the less said about his race, the better. However, the more said about this man's race, the better. Racete, phenomenally leading his second ever International GT League race. That is a brilliant result for Racer if he can keep this going for another 4 or 5 laps. We're going on the back of Extra Frosty then. It looks like he might even have to pit in soon. Maybe even this lap. Extra Frosty has got Lukman Ali, as you can see, he's not even on the track there coming out of in the middle of Parabolica. Resete in the pits then, Extra Frosty also in. Lukman Ali, he's in also. What about Alex F. Delage and Helgast? Now they stayed out longer on the first stint there, also in. Helgast, he's also in. So now all the top 5 are in the pits. Let's see who gets the best pit stop here. Could this work for some? Resete is out. Out he comes to take the lead. He's filled up with just enough to get to the end of the race. Extra Frosty looks like he's going to be out in 4th. He's all the way to the back in 5th. Extra Frosty is dropped from 2nd to 5th. Lukman is a long way down in 4th. Now Alex F. Delage and long live Helgast have moved up to 2nd and 3rd in the pit stops. Well, this has really worked out for them. However, because they're now so much closer on track, you do not want to go anywhere. Do not turn off your screens, because this is about to get interesting. We've got 4 cars, not very far, I'd say less than 5 seconds. I think Helgast might be going for it already on Alex F. Delage for 2nd place, and I think he's got him just up in front. I don't know why we're watching Lukman when I think Helgast has just managed to take 2nd, and they are going side by side coming out the chicane. There goes Helgast trying to hold it around the outside. It's not quite enough for him yet. Now this is interesting. There can't be any more than 4 seconds. Helgast is gone, and Lukman's through. Frosty's even further gone and has got it all wrong at the Lazemo again. It's the same place yet again. He's got it wrong. Frosty down in 5th place now. Anyway, so Lukman Ali's leached himself onto the back of Alex F. Delage as we ride on board in his approach to Ascari. No, full on focus now. He got a little bit of a tank slapper on coming through the middle of Ascari, but he pushes it out to the exit now, holding him down in the slipstream, getting closer and closer and closer and closer. Because this is like watching Jaws. Down into Ascari. It'd be like watching Jaws if we were to watch this from Alex F. Delage's view as they come around the final corner. Here we go to set him up. A good run out of Parabolica, and Lukman Ali could be on for 2nd. He's in the slipstream, he's making it. He's getting closer and closer and closer. I think he's almost into position to move over to the inside. I think he is. Lukman Ali moves his car over to the inside now to make a move down into 2nd place. And he's gone for it. He's made it stick before he's even made to the brakes. And can he keep it into the brakes? Yes, he can. He's done it. Lukman Ali's managed to make 2nd place under the brakes, and Alex F. Delage drops back to 3rd. Still on the podium though, but it's down in 3rd. There's Helgast. You can see Extra Frosty just in the background in 5th. We're getting now confirmation that this will be full points race, so they will be getting maximum points in this race, despite the fact that there's only 6 of them. And Lukman has the real opportunity to disappear in the championship fight. Kill 'em all made a huge mistake by not showing up to this race. And he'll definitely hope he can keep Luckman within contention after the next. We've only got 3 more races after this one, so the championship fight is going to definitely heat up. Extra Frosty's lancing himself onto the back of Long Live Helgast. He is really hooked up the lap as Frosty. He's really just pushing for it. I think he could be on for fastest lap here, because this is definitely seen as a really quick lap, and how much Extra Frosty's gained onto the back of Helgast over the course of this lap. He's really going for it. So Long Live Helgast down in P4. P5 is Extra Frosty's. We see the onboard shot heading into Parabolica. He looks so confident on the brakes, and look how he's just closed right onto the back of Helgast in the middle of Parabolica. Racer Tay seems to be really going for this race win. So now, as we can see, Helgast then coming down across the straight, and he has indeed set the fastest lap. He's in the slipstream. Is he going to have a look down the inside and into the first chicane? We've seen plenty of overtakes here, and he's not. And we're going to get another one as down the inside goes Extra Frosty. We cut to the onboard of Helgast as Frosty hooks up the chicane. It's fine for now, and he's got him. He looked a bit squirmy on the exit. Helgast sees that as an opportunity to retake 4th, and they're going side by side in the approach to Curva Grande. You do not want to miss this action. This is phenomenal racing we're seeing here. And then Frosty goes to the outside, and he's been re-overtaken by Helgast, but Frosty's not giving up yet. He's having a look even more into P4. And he's done it! Extra Frosty started that battle at turn 1, ended it at like turn 5, and has made it work eventually. Next is Alex F. DeLarge. Can he grab a podium in the final 2 laps of this race? It's not over yet. And they've both gone off, and Frosty's taken out the braking boards. Helgast pushes that 50 braking board onto the track a lot more now. That could be disastrous if any of the drivers run over that, but Helgast gets the run on Frosty. He's going to have a look at Ascari, another popular overtaking place. He's going to really go for it now. He's going side by side, heading down the straight into Ascari, who brakes later, who will have the ideal driving line. Frosty takes the inside for the first part. Helgast keeps himself in, but I think got a tyre on the gravel there, and that was not where you want to be. And that means Helgast has had to surrender the position. He still remains in P5 as we're about to head on to the final lap of this race. It's been I'm sure you can all agree, it's a phenomenal race, but it's not over yet. Helgast takes a look down the inside. It's not quite there yet. He's really wanted to go for it. Frosty's out wide. Not even on the track, but he's managed to keep it. So then, Extra Frosty keeps himself in 4th. Helgast is in 5th. He's going to possibly have a look to the outside or not. As you can see them both going across the start-finish straight. Off the start-finish line then. Frosty down, holds himself there in P4. Helgast, he sends it to the inside. He's not quite made it. He was a bit far back. It would have been a bit of a Ricardo dive bomb if he'd have made it. And he didn't, so that was good news for both of them, because that could have ended badly. Helgast came from a long way back. It didn't quite work. Here we go then. Helgast keeping himself with Frosty. Is he going to have a look on Frosty on this lap? It's a final lap, so he's going to have to. Through the chicanes. For the second chicane, there's only one more chicane on this track. Into the second Lesmo. Helgast, is he going to have a look? Helgast has not looked particularly strong through this Lesmo, but neither has Frosty, who has repeatedly gone off on the exit of the first Lesmo. However, he seems to have hooked it up fine there. You can see the braking board still on the track, so the marshals are absolutely useless at trying to clear things on track. Helgast, he's sat in P5, Frosty P4. Is it going to happen? However, your possible race winner for the 5th round of the first season of the International GT League is Racer Tay. In only his 2nd race win, he comes out of Parabolica for the final time. He has taken victory in Monza, and he is a race winner. 2nd place is the man who will extend his championship advantage, Luckman Ali. Or as I seem to call him repeatedly, Luckman Ali Law. Alex F. DeLarge sits himself in P3 in the end after getting pole position. Frosty does hold on for position 4, and in 5th place on his debut is Helgast. And an absolute race to forget yet again from BJ Robo 28. It's not looking good for him this season. He's going to have to focus on the next one. So then, I hope you enjoyed that race, because I know I did. And there we go. So, commenting who you think got driver of the day, who did the best. If this is your first league racing video you're seeing of mine, please subscribe. And if you've seen this action and think, you know what, I want to get involved in this, then contact on PlayStation messages either me at BJRobo28 or Extra Frosty if you want to get involved. We will see you for the next race in Brands Hatch. Racer Tay did well to grab victory there, I think. So comment, subscribe, and like the video. Alright, so now for a new feature that we're putting in these videos is we're going to go over the fastest lap in the race, and we're going to stay on board and watching how they managed to hook up the fastest lap. So here we are on lap 9 with Extra Frosty, who's about to come into the final corner now at Parabolic. It's important to set up your lap brilliantly to get the best exit here. So now, if you remember, this was the lap where he was a long way back and managed to miraculously pull up what looks around like 3 or 4 seconds. So down the main straight you really need to pick a brilliant braking zone here for this first chicane. It's very specific, can't brake too late otherwise you'll go in too deep. He's picked up his braking zone perfectly there, rides over the curves brilliantly. Try not to accelerate too much across the curves, it can really ruin your race, trust me, I know from experience. Then as we head through into Curva Grande, then you want to hug he's hugging the inside, as you can see. You're trying to keep as close to that white line as you can, really sticking with the inside line to line himself up on the chicane. He's picked that braking zone well. Across the curb there, they don't want to accelerate too much as well on the exit there, because you can throw yourself in the gravel or cut the corner and that'll either give you a penalty, you'll end up spinning. Now the corner that Frosty seems to have struggled with the most, he seems to have hooked that one up well at the first Lesmo. Heading into the second Lesmo, it seems perfectly fine, and now he's really starting to close up on Helgast already, as you can see. Down the straight then, heading into Ascari. This is a corner that's seen a lot of action over the course of this race. And is he going to get it here? Into the braking zone at Ascari, hooks it. We do not want to run over those white and yellow and black bollardy things on the corner. That's where you get a corner cutting penalty. And also the exit, do not get onto the gravel. Now this bit he gets a bit of an advantage from using the slipstream of Helgast as he heads into Parabolica. That will give him a certain extra boost of speed then. Into the braking zone, out of Parabolic. You can see he's really closed in on Helgast over the course of this lap, and that is the fastest lap, and that was the fastest lap for your race at Monza, with a 1 minute 47.853. With that then, your official results are Racer Tay taking his maiden victory, Lookman Ali the championship leader in second, Alex F. Delage from pole to third, not the best race from him, and Extra Frosty, as you saw, managed to take the fastest lap. Let's see how this result affects the championship. Lookman Ali now 20.5 points ahead of Kilmore, so Frosty moves all the way up into third. Alex F. Delage holds 4th place as Racer Tay jumps all the way up into 5th, and now there's only one person that's not started a race.